12 albums released in 2025 that you need to know about. Up first, we got Carter Felker's Loser. This third album by Carter Felker shows off his poignant yet simple lyricism that really takes you in on an introspective journey before shaking you to your core. Carter kind of reminds me of like if Bob Dylan was good. Couple of standout tracks on this record, I would say Cold Wind and Strangers in the Mirror. I'm giving this album 7 huge rips before you doom scroll social media for an absurdly long time, have an existential crisis, and then the only thing that'll make you feel better is your wife rubbing your back. The Dust Collectors, Cold Feet. This album from the Alberta Honky Tonkers has been absolutely tearing up both college and community radio station charts ever since its release, and you can truly see how their tenacity is paying off with this album. It feels like a really logical progression for the group. If you're a fan of like early 2000s core blend, you're gonna like this album. Cold Feet's a big one. I would also say Davy Jones is a great one to listen to if you're just like, what's this group all about? I am gonna give this album 8 out of 10 toes that have been preserved from hypothermia. I don't have any more of these albums on vinyl, so I'm just gonna have to like put up a picture or something. I mean, I think I'm gonna do that anyways in the edit, who knows. Third, Tanika Charles' Reasons to Stay. This is the third album from the Canadian soul and R&B superstar, and it absolutely shows off why she is a Juno nominee and Polaris Music Prize long lister. Front to back, this album goes super hard. It feels like you're getting to shove your happiness in your ex's face after she told you that your rock collection is stupid. It wasn't stupid, it was cool rocks. For fans of Leon Bridges, Black Puma, Nina Simone, Curtis Mayfield, I mean, you'll dig this, but I don't even think that those are a good comparison for what she is doing on this album. The standout tracks on this album for me were definitely Here When You're Ready. Oh, it just goes so hard. And also Consistency, I really like that. I feel like if you listen to either of those, it's a really good introduction to not just this album, but to Tanika Charles. I'm gonna give this album 99 reasons to stay in your rotation. Also, fun fact, Tanika Charles and I actually made an agreement. We made a deal, the ironclad deal, that if either of us wins a Juno, that we will thank the other one in our speech. And because of how good this album is, I strongly feel that I'm going to be in a Juno thank you speech. Young Gun, Silver Fox, Pleasure. Okay, the yacht rock revivalists come in super strong on this album. I mean, this is the perfect album to walk around at sunset, you know, you're just taking a stroll in the park, maybe you're cruising down by the beach. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how this album wasn't featured in more summer playlists, to be completely honest with you. This one's straight up just for fans of yacht rock. I mean, if you're a fan of the Doobie Brothers, Christopher Cross, Steely Dan, you're gonna dig this album. Standout tracks for me, Born to Dream and Late Night Last Train. Both of those are just, oh, so good. I mean, listen to this. 9 out of 10 dentists agree this should be in your office waiting room. I mean, how can you be sad while this is playing? Royal Otis Hickey. Now, this is the third album that has come from the Aussie duo that has really taken synth pop and Midwest emo and combined it into a sound that somehow works perfectly. It's also oh so warm. How is it so warm? This album really is for fans of Dope Lemon, American Football, Empire of the Sun. Standout tracks on this album, Who's Your Boyfriend and Moody. They'll put you in the mood. I'm giving this one a sweater to cover up with because I don't think that any amount of foundation will cover up. These hickeys are bruising deep, and that's not a bad thing. There was a lot of hard love that got put into this. The Beaches, No Hard Feelings. This is a really hard-hitting album, and like kind of the perfect follow-up to their sophomore album, Blame My Ex. A lot of third albums are on this list. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Maybe third time is the charm. Just like that one, this one was produced by Lowell, who is a songwriter who's worked with Beyonce, Brett Kissel, Tate McRae. Really, this album is perfect pregame music for when you want to get drunk at a friend's house, you accidentally black out on Hey Y'alls, call up your booty call, leave a message, it ends up being your boss. Oh, you f***ed up. Who hasn't done that before? That's the soundtrack for that. If you're a fan of Haim, Hole, or She Keeps Bees, you're gonna like this album. I'd say Last Girls at the Party and Dirty Laundry. Both of those should get you hooked on this. I am giving this album 0 Bretts because f*** that guy. Jed and the Valentine, In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb. Now, this group has only been together for 3 years, and that is insane, and it's crazier that this is their second album because they've somehow nailed their sound. They have these like large orchestral-esque booms followed by, you know, floaty, sort of whimsical, poetic moments, and all of it is this really, really, really sharp poetry that doesn't even need the instrumentation, but I'm so glad that it does. This album is for fans of Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, O.C. Elliott, or I would even say to a certain extent the Strumbellas. My 2 favorite tracks on this album, Oh My 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 and Spring Song. If you hear those and don't have a smile on your face, then you're broken to a level that is unfixable. I'm giving this album both a dead gazelle and a bale of alfalfa because I feel like both the lion and the lamb need to eat after all that hard work. Willie Carlisle's Winged Victory. Really stripped down storytelling styles of songwriting mixed with this bluegrass composition that's like super intricate. It just brings this whole album to life. Somehow Willie Carlisle is like the combination of Nick Shoulders and Marty Robbins, and I don't know how else to explain it. That's the best I can do. Standout tracks for me, Old Bill Pickett, that's probably my favorite on the album, and then also Big Butt Billy. You gotta listen to it. You just there's no way that I can explain it. You just have to listen. I'm giving this one a pound of chicken wings, but not on wing night prices. You're paying the full price for this. It's the whole shebang. Charlie Crockett, $1 a Day. This is the second part of his Sagebrush trilogy. It's a trilogy of albums that are being produced by Shooter Jennings. This album is for fans of good music. Nah, I can't wait for the Clint Hack fanboys to get mad in the comments again. My own worst enemy is the best thing to happen to music in years. I wouldn't send that album to my own worst enemy. Standout tracks on this album, Tennessee Quick Cash, All Around Cowboy, Crucified Son, honestly front to back bangers. I'm gonna give this album $365. That is $1 for each day that this should be played on country radio, but won't be. Willow Avalon, Southern Belle Raisin Hell. This is the debut album from the viral sensation with the incredible vocal warble, who can somehow take these whimsical tear-jerking songs and then complement them with these raging honky-tonk bangers, and it just doesn't seem forced and it works kind of perfectly. I would say this album is for fans of mid-80s Dolly Parton. Standout tracks, a couple that were actually singles last year, but Tequila or Whiskey and then Southern Belle Raising Hell, the titular track. I'm gonna give this album 11 out of 12 possums because it's a possum album. Cinephonic Refuge. Do you think your life is boring? Do you feel like taking the bus makes you uncool? You ever just wanted to have a soundtrack to accompany your day-to-day life and everything you do? Then look no further than this album from Montreal composer and multi-instrumentalist Pierre Crochet. Seriously, whatever you're doing, this album will make it better. It's kind of like being stuck in an elevator with De La Soul and Chuck Mangione. This is for fans of lo-fi beats and ambient jazz. Standout tracks on this, the titular one, Refuge, and then I would also say Metropolitan, because the first time that I heard that track, I had to Shazam it, and I rarely do that. I'm giving this album anything it wants because it put me in such a good mood. Stephen Poe, The Gospel According to Poe. Holy mule, this album is so good. I got a message from Stephen Poe on TikTok and he was like, hey, I don't know if you would like this or not, but you might want to check out this album. You seem to like country music. And I don't know why he wanted to know my opinion of it, because I don't know what weight my opinion truly holds. I tell fart jokes for a living and play dress up. That's kind of what I do. But Jumping Juniper, this album is so good. If you were a fan of meta-modern sounds of country music era Sturgill Simpson, you're really gonna dig this. Standout tracks in my opinion, Fallen Angels. I mean, as soon as his vocals came in, I was like, what is this? I've Got Myself to Blame is another one you have to check out. I'm giving this album the attention it deserves because I don't know how more people don't know about it. I don't know how I only found out about it because he messaged me. This should have been something that a friend told me about, like, hey, you're gonna enjoy this. He really, really needs to be more well known. This is a great album. Did I miss any albums? Tell me what albums you think I should put on this list in the comments. I swear to our fiery sky giant, if somebody puts I'm the Problem in the comments, I'm gonna rip off my ears and force feed them to a toddler.